Hi guys, Hannah here. So today we're going to have our upper body focus with arms and abs using a resistance band. Now if you don't have a resistance band, you can absolutely do it without, all good. Or we can go ahead and pop on Amazon or just into Superstore or Walmart, and these are relatively cheap. So I'm using a medium resistance for this. And you again can go lighter or you can go a little bit heavier if you're feeling crazy. But we're going to go ahead and get started. So I want you to take a seat at the front of your mat for me. So make sure you've got plenty of room behind us. And I'm going to get you to go ahead and hold on to that band. So just either side of it. Sitting up nice and tall for me. Roll your shoulders back, set them. Their feet can be about hip distance apart. I'm just going to warm up that spine for me. So I want you to tuck that tail, scooping down. So seeing me from the side, I'm making a capital C shape with my spine. And then I'm exhaling as I'm building that spine up again. So we go ahead. This time as we scoop down, can we just pull the band apart a little bit? And release the tension as we come back up. Good. And again. So pulling the band apart, tuck that tail. Good. Keep the chest up proud. And exhale as we come up. Last one for me. We're going to stay scooped down. From here, the fun begins. Can we pulse those arms apart? Now, whilst we're doing this, I want you to make sure that your fists and your hands are in line with your forearms. So we don't want anything funky going on with those wrists. Good. We have another 10. Good. All those arms are starting to warm up for me. Keep rounded in that tummy for me. Keep scooped out, almost like you've scooped out a bagel. Good. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up. Take a nice deep breath in. As we exhale, I want us to scoop back down. This time, I'm going to get us to do an alternating row. Relax those shoulders down again. We keep our right fist forward and we row our left arm back, switching sides. Now, the key here, guys, and this is where the arms and abs part comes in, is that we don't want to rotate. So it'd be so easy just to go like this, right? But we don't want to do that yet. Spoiler alert. And we have 6. Keep scooting that belly. 5 and 4. 3. Shoulders still facing the front. 2. Still making that capital C shape. 1. And come all the way up. So guess what I'm going to say, guys? Yeah, now we add a rotation in. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, scoop back for me. Stay scoop back. Same thing. Right fist stays forward. This time, we row and rotate and back through center. And row and rotate. So we're getting some real nice spinal rotation. Good. Think about whittling that waist. Imagining that your spine is a dishcloth which we're trying to wring all of the water out of. And 4, keep those shoulders out of the ears. 3, you got it. And 2, whoop, and 1, and come all the way up. We're going to do one more thing, guys, and then we're going to move on. From here, again, still holding that strap, we're going to scoop back down for me. Stay scooped. Again, really make sure that we're hollowed out in that midsection. We're going to reach the arms up and lower them down. So can we pull them apart as we reach up, and can we lower? So again, the kicker here, guys, is that we don't want to be coming and popping those ribs as we lift our arms. So my shoulder range of motion isn't particularly great. So you'll notice that I'm not coming up all the way, because if I were to do that, then I would end up popping those wrists. So really be mindful of that. Keep that tension on that band for 3 and 2. You got it. And 1. And come all the way up. Beautiful. Let's scoot back just a tiny bit. Extend our legs nice and long. And let's separate our legs about mat distance apart for me. Now, if you need a little cushion or something just to prop up on, if your hip flexors are a little bit tight, feel free to. Remember, modifications aren't weakness. They're just going to enhance your workout. So sitting up tall, like you've got your spine up against a wall. Again, we're going to hold on to this band. Now, from here, we're going to have our palms facing down, our fingertips forward. Again, plug those shoulders in. I want you to inhale as we grow that spine for me. And exhale, pull the band apart and reach those fingertips forward. So we're rounding and scooping into that midsection. And then we're coming all the way back up. Release the tension. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, pull the band apart, reaching the arms forward, scooping our belly button back, and stack all the way up. Release the tension. Last two for me. Grow taller in that spine. Exhale, come forward, reaching forward, scooping back. It's like a tug of war. And inhale, build that spine as tall as you can. Lower those arms down. Now, go ahead and hook that band just over your right ankle for me. And then take that band into your left hand. Now, from here, I'm going to get you to bring your right fingertip just up towards your temple for me. And from here, we're going to do a little twist and a row. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in. As we exhale, we're rotating to the right side as we're rowing with that left arm and come back through center. Good, and again. So whilst we're rotating, I want us to think about keeping our left glute anchored down for me, okay? Now I love the band on this because it really gets that little bit of extra spinal rotation. Just make sure that we're really pressing those heels down and those legs down, otherwise you don't want that band coming up and smacking you. That would not be a good start or end to your day whenever you're doing this. Good, and last two for me. Sitting up nice and tall out of those sit bones. And last one, we're going to stay here. We're going to do small, tiny pulses. For 10, 9, 8, 7, grow taller, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back through center, release. Switch on to that second leg for me. Okay, now you'll see a little bit better what I'm up to. So again, flex those feet for me. Get those legs into the ground. Left fingertips up towards our temple, sitting up as tall as we can. Again, we're holding on to that strap with our right hand. Grow taller in that spine on an inhale. Exhale, row and rotate, and back through center. And again, row and rotate. Remember, really press those legs into the ground. Really sit up as tall as we possibly can. Imagine that there was a wall behind you that you're sat up against. And we have another 5. Exhaling as we rotate. Good. And 4. Yes. Great chest stretch as well, actually. And 3. Sitting up tall. Relax those shoulders. 1. Stay here. Small, tiny pulses. So you see how I'm pulsing at my waist, but I'm also pulsing at the arm. Good. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back through center. Remove that band. Okay, guys, so now I want you to bring that band back into your hand, and now you can hold it 2 ways. You can hold it like so, or you can just bring it over the wrists. Whatever feels best for you. I'm going to scoop my bum forward. I'm going to keep my legs squeezed together. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dive over those legs for me, like there's a beach ball in front of my tummy. And I'm going to roll down with control for 8, 7, 6, 5, squeezing the glutes slightly, 4, 3, 2, 1. And before we do anything, just enjoy that full body stretch. Good. Doesn't matter if your ribs pop or your back comes off the ground a little bit. Good, and now let's start organizing ourselves. So lifting the arms up for me so the biceps are in line with our ears. Noticing, guys, how when you lift your arms up, your ribs automatically tuck back in. So we go ahead. We inhale as our arms come up. We exhale as we dive up and over, pulling that band apart at the same time. Rolling back down for 5, 4, squeeze the glutes to control all the way down. And again, we go ahead, inhale as our arms come up, exhale like someone's tickling you in the tummy and you're diving over those legs and rolling back down, nice and controlled. And last one, we go ahead, inhale as our arms come up, exhale as we reach over, good. From here, we're going to roll halfway down. You might remember this from earlier. We go ahead, keep our right arm punched forward. We're going to rotate straight away this time and back through center, opposite side. And 9, yes. And 8, remember that C curve in our spine? 7, tucking our tail like we're a naughty dog. 6, and keep that opposite arm punching forward. Good, really those oppositional forces. Good. And 3, almost there. And 2. And 1. And come the rest of the way down to the floor for 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that stretch again. Beautiful. Now, from here, let's roll onto your tummy. So I'm just going to flip straight over, but you guys can come whatever is best for your space. And then from here, we have to rearrange my headset so it doesn't fall off. I'm going to get you to go ahead and extend your legs nice and long. Have them laterally rotated for me, which just means that our toes are facing outwards. From here, our legs are going to be about mat distance apart, and our arms, still holding that trusty band, is going to be extended above our head for me. So, from here, let's keep our neck nice and long. We're going to just leave the arms alone for a second. As we exhale, lift the legs up and lower them down for me. So again, we lift them up for me, keeping our legs as straight as possible, and lower. Squeezing those little glutes, and lowering back down, and last one, and lowering down. Now, keeping the legs ground down for me, pressing the pubic bone down, lifting the belly button up. We're going to lift our upper body and arms off, and lower back down. So again, depending on your range of motion in your back and your shoulders, will depend how far you come up. But I really want us to be feeling this in our mid-back, not in our lower back. So less really is more for this, guys. Good, last one for me. And we're going to stay up. From here, let's pulse the arms apart for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Now, from here, we're going to lift the arms and the legs up together. So we go ahead. We inhale as we lift both. And exhale as we lower down. So what's our neck doing, guys? Is our neck nice and long? We don't want any crinkles or creases in the back of our neck. We want to have it nice and smooth, so it's just in line with that spine. Good. Last one. We're going to stay lifted. You know what's coming. We're going to pulse the band apart, pressing the pubic bone down, lifting our belly button up, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower everything down. Gorgeous. Okay, guys. Now, let's make our way back to a quadruped position. I'm going to be sideways onto you so you can kind of see what I'm up to. But we're going to bring our band just around our elbow. So pop it on like your Lady Diana putting on some gloves. Now, from here, come into that quadruped position. Before we do anything, really think about lengthening into that tail for me. Okay, so we don't want to be tucking that tail. Okay, we want a nice length. Now, from here, we're going to walk our knees back for me. So we're onto those knees. Now, we can keep our bum up a little bit if we need to, or we can lower it down so our tailbone is in line with our head. Now, from here, keeping those elbows screwed in, we're going to inhale as we lower down, and we're going to exhale as we lift up. And again, we lower down, and we lift up. Now, what's really nice about this band is it kind of offers us a little bit of an assist. And 4, perfect, and 3, and 2, and 1. Stay halfway down, small, tiny pulses. Now, guys, if over time you decide that you progress and you want to come onto your toes, absolutely feel free to. 4, 3, 2, 1, and come all the way up. Now, we're going to go ahead. This is where it gets kind of funky. We're going to bring that band around the arch of our foot for me. Then, you need to flex both feet for me, so we're anchoring them in. If it's soft, it ends up coming off the heel, okay? So, flexing both feet for me. We're going to have our left arm firmly down for me. And this is where you maybe don't want to go up to the heavy resistance band. We're going to bicep curl and bring it back. Good. And bicep curl. Now, have our shoulders still facing the same direction. So we don't want one up, one down. We don't want to be lopsided. Good. Don't let that band let you rotate. Keep lengthening the sides of the body. Good. 4, and 3, stay halfway in, small tiny pulses, because what would the day be without some? And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Go ahead. When I say relax, you know I never mean truly relax. And switch onto that second side for me. Again, making sure it's on. We don't want to be flipping it anywhere that could hurt us. Good, go ahead. Flex those feet so we're anchoring that band in. Have the hand underneath of our shoulder. Have our knees underneath of our hips. Belly button into the spine. And we bicep curl on that second side for me. Good. 9 more. And 8. Can we inhale to release? Exhale to bicep curl for me. And keep on going. Again, shoulders are level for me. And length in the sides of that body. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Can we stay halfway in? Small tiny pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Take that nonsense off. And now you can stay facing wherever you are. I'm going to face towards you just so I can, well, I can't see your beautiful faces, but I can imagine that I can. Now, we can come down to a low kneeling position. If the knees are, if this is an uncomfortable position, just take a seat wherever's comfortable for you. Or guys, you could even stand. So we're going to take that band for me. And we're just going to have it again, just holding on to each side. Screw the elbows in by the waist. Relax our shoulders back and down for me. I call it plugging those shoulders in. From here, the elbows don't move anywhere. The left hand stays completely still as the right arm comes out and back in. So we're just going to do that one side. Now notice how when I'm doing this, I'm not kind of doing anything funky. Good, notice how I'm just going as far as that resistance and that shoulder flexibility will allow me. So we're really working on those external rotators, which are just at the back of our shoulders, and that's what we kind of call our posture muscles, or at least some of them, okay? So we want to think about the antidote for the sitting down, the desk work, for driving, so keeping our shoulders back and down and helping keep those shoulders plugged in. Good, we're going to do 3 more for me. Keeping those shoulders level. 2 more. And last one, stay here. Again, small tiny pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a small little reprieve because you know we've got that second side to do. Elbows into the side, screw them in. Elbows, shoulders back and down. Take a nice deep breath in. Right arm stays still. Open up at the left. Now, if you're looking at that arm, it's about at a 90-degree angle. So we don't want it up here somewhere, and we don't want it down here somewhere. We want it coming out parallel to the floor, or as parallel as you can get it. And really think about keeping that consistent height at the same time, okay? So you want to be hitting that imaginary same target each time. Again, tapping back into what I said at the start of the class, making sure that our fists are in line with our forearms. So we don't want to be anything funky going on at the wrist. Good, nice and strong. We have 3 more here, and 3, and 2. Last one, stay out and pulse it out. Good, and I don't know about you, but those external rotators are really starting to scream at me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. I hear you say, start to scream at me. They started screaming a while ago. All right, now, we're going to go ahead, again, think Lady Diana, bringing that band over those elbows for me. We're going to bend the elbows from here, again, at 90 degree, almost like robot arms. Don't have the band too far up, guys, because otherwise you'll see what happens in a minute. So we take a nice deep breath in, screw the shoulders in, we lift up to the sides and lower down. So if the band's too far up, what you find is it ends up slipping up to your biceps. End up choking yourself. Again, we don't want that. Good. So we open up, keep the shoulders down. So as our arms raise, our shoulders don't raise, okay? We might already have earrings on. We don't want to be using our shoulders as earrings. Good. And we have 5, really creating that resistance as well. 4, imagine that you're lifting and lowering through molasses. And 3, and 2, and last one for me, and lower down. Gorgeous. Now, from here, let's go ahead. We're going to reach our arms nice and long for me. Same thing again. We're going to row and we're going to bring it back in. So just like we did earlier. Now, this might feel a little bit easier than it did when we were in our scoop position. But this is really what I call the calm before the storm, okay? Because in a minute, we're gonna notch it up a bit. It's gonna get a bit spicy. Good. Now, 2 more here, and 2, and 1, and coming on up to a kneeling position. From here, we want to be nice and straight from our knee to the crown of our head. We can tuck those toes. I like to have them untucked. And then just ever so slightly squeeze the glutes. We're going to reach the arms forward. Again, you know what I'm going to say, plug the shoulders in. From here, we're going to hinge back. For me, like we're one straight movement. And exhale as we come back up. We inhale as we hinge back. And exhale through the mouth as we come back up. We're going to do 3 more. Now you are going to feel those quads burning. And I know you're like, Hannah, we just did lower body the other day. This is meant to be upper body focus. Don't you worry, guys. I got you covered. This is just a happy little sprinkling in. And last one, and come all the way up. Now, from here, let's add on. Remember that row that I said was easy a second ago? We're going to do that row and rotate as we hinge back for me. Keeping our hips forward. Good, alternating sides for me. Hip to forward and rotating at that waist. So it's like one of those Dutch doors. The bottom part stays shut and the top part opens. Good. We have 2 more. Ooh, everything's burning. And last one. And come all the way in and lower back down for me. Beautiful. Now, let's go ahead. Let's pop that to the side. We're done with that band. We're just going to take a nice little stretch for me. We're going to come into that quadruped position. I'm going to stay facing towards you. We're going to tuck our tail round our lower back, mid back, upper back, chin, coming into that cat position. And then untucking from our tailbone to the crown of our head, looking forward. Bring our spine in neutral and thread our right arm underneath of our left. And if it feels comfortable to bring that right cheek to the floor, go ahead and do so. Stretching out that upper body a little bit. And go ahead as we bring our hands into a prayer position, if that feels good. And then pushing down onto that right elbow. And we're getting a nice little spinal rotation there as well as a nice stretch in that upper body. Good. Take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale, come all the way up and switch to that second side, threading that left arm under for me. Again, if we can't come all the way down, that's fine, just come where you can. If it feels good to do so, bring our hands into that prayer position, praying it's going to be over perhaps. Don't worry, we're almost there. And come back through center, come all the way up, and we're going to roll our shoulders back for 8, and 7, perfect, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and the word you've been waiting for. You, my darlings, are all done. I almost can't wait to hear in the comments section about you cursing my name tomorrow. I look forward to that. Have a great day, guys.